Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to spend some more time with Sun Tzu's book, The Art of War, and I'm going to bring it into the 20th century. So this year is the year of the wood snake, and the energy is inviting us to clear out the emotional clutter in our relationships that we've been carrying around for years. And it's that kind of energy that shows up in tense conversations or sleepless nights or those frustrating times when you think, why does this keep happening to me? Conflict. And conflict isn't just about arguments. It's those unsaid words or those old wounds that make us react instead of respond. And it's those moments when we shrink, when we wish we would have spoken up. So finding our voice. And that's where Sun Tzu's Art of War comes in. So the Art of War wasn't written for the battlefield alone. It's actually a playbook of navigating tension with wisdom. So whether you're dealing with a passive aggressive coworker or a partner who doesn't get it, or that inner voice that's whispering, don't rock the boat. We're going to dive into something ancient, powerful, and deeply relevant. It's the strategy of conflict, and not just for the boardroom, but for the battles that unfold at the dinner table or in those text messages or just quietly inside yourself. So let's get started. Hey, let me take a quick minute to remind you about HealthHUB, the members only area where we spend a lot of time talking about different exercises for our spirituality and the different aspects of our spirituality and overall health. So if you would like to learn more about HealthHUB, there should be a link up here in the corner or in the video description below. I'm back in chapter 3 of The Art of War that teaches us the highest form of strength is to win without fighting. But how do we do that when we're feeling emotionally ambushed or invisible, not heard, or stuck in loops that keep repeating? How do we become that kind of quiet, grounded power that grows in a woman who's done her inner work? So here's the thing about relationships. Relationships are deeply tangled in the echoes of our past. So every wound from our family, every unhealed hurt clouds our vision. And we think we're responding to them, but we're really responding to some stupid old wound inside of ourselves. And chapter 3 of Sun Tzu's Art of War has just so much information. It talks about 3 key strategies for addressing conflict. So I'm going to talk about those strategies and how ancient wisdom from classical acupuncture and East Asian medicine rooted in Taoism can help you cut through these old wounds, clear the blockages, the emotional armor, or even those inherited stories that get in the way of using these strategies effectively and help you grow your relationships with inner wisdom. So if you're having difficulty finding your voice with empathy in conflict, listen up. I'm going to talk about Sun Tzu's 3 strategies and how you can use East Asian medicine to help clear the path for you. What I really like about East Asian medicine is it helps you remember who you were before you were taught to shrink or to chase or follow or to silence yourself. So let's walk this path of clarity together. And through these 3 strategies from Sun Tzu, we're going to tap into the stillness and wisdom that's actually already inside of you. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. So what does this mean? This means you go deeper than the surface. You look for the pattern, the unseen plan. So in relationship terms, what this can mean is you try to stop reacting to the behavior and try to start understanding the wound beneath this. So let's say your partner avoids hard conversation and your child wants to lash out. You could fight back, or you could try to notice the hidden strategy Is it fear, control, shame? And here's where acupuncture helps. It doesn't give you more willpower. It actually quiets the emotional noise. It calms the heart shen, and it strengthens the spleen clarity and grounds you in your center so you can see through the emotional fog. And suddenly, instead of reacting, you're responding because your crap's been quieted. And you're asking, what really is happening here? But more importantly, what is my part in this pattern? And this is the beginning of your emotional strategy. In Sun Tzu's world, this meant breaking your enemy's external support. So for us, it's about shifting the environment around the conflict, shifting how we show up, how we respond, how we energetically disarm the tension. So let's say there's a power struggle with your teen or maybe a passive aggressive coworker, and you might think, I need to win this. But real power is influence, not control. And here's the twist. Influence comes from alignment. So in East Asian medicine, when your liver qi is flowing freely, you no longer get caught in these resentment loops or control loops. And when your pericardium relaxes, you can actually open your heart without overexposing yourself. You actually become magnetic, clear, and centered. So others start shifting around you, not because you force them, but because your presence is different. And that's the kind of alliance shifting that Sun Tzu was really talking about. Change the energy and the system changes around you. Sometimes boundaries have to be drawn. We have to speak the uncomfortable truth or walk away or say, this ends now. But Sun Tzu actually places this last for a reason, because it's actually the most emotionally costly. It can drain your energy. It can burn bridges if done recklessly. And even though it is the least ideal, it's actually often a necessary strategy. So you've tried grace, you've tried softness, but the pattern persists. And that's when action becomes protection, not aggression, not punishment. It's protection of you. But even here, classical acupuncture and East Asian medicine can help, because how you deliver the message changes everything. So when your kidney spirit, your zhi, is strong, you speak with grounded courage, not reactivity. So when the heart is balanced, your truth has warmth, but not fire. So before you go into battle, you get balanced. The wise woman never fights in chaos. She clears her field and ensures her resources first, right? Here's the truth that no one tells us. As women, we often hold the power long before we even realize it. So power isn't being the loudest. It's not who wins the argument. Power is having emotional clarity and choosing how you act on it. So when you see the dynamic for what it really is, when you've made peace with your own truth, when you realize, I don't have to convince, control, or chase anymore, that's actually the real power. And the moment you recognize it is the moment you have to ask, what will I do with this? And when you see clearly, you actually love wisely. So until next time, stay soft, stay strong, and above all, stay aligned.